Welcome to the last episode of my series, What You Should and Should Not Be Eating. I'm your host, Empress Sankofa. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about what you should and should not be eating when it comes to seafood. The most unhealthy fish and shellfish are considered unhealthy for 4 main reasons. So without further ado, let's talk about it. Mercury is a metal that comes in different forms, including the silvery liquid found in old thermometers. All forms of mercury are toxic to humans. Depending on the type of mercury and the amount of the exposure, it can cause damage to the nervous system, the kidneys, the liver, and the immune system. Most people can deal with a little bit of exposure. The women who are pregnant, breastfeeding, planning to become pregnant, or young children should steer clear of it. But wait, how exactly does mercury get into the fish in the ocean? I'm so glad you asked. This chart shows that volcanoes, geysers, the industrial complex, mines, and garbage dumps all dump methyl mercury into the ocean, which is absorbed by the krill. Small fish eat the krill and absorb more mercury. Bigger fish eat the small fish and absorb even more mercury. Then a bigger fish comes along, eats that fish, and absorbs even more mercury. Look closely. Did you happen to notice that the majority of the methyl mercury in the ocean is caused by human behavior? This is why it's important to recycle. Don't be wasteful. This is our home. The highest mercury levels are found in really big fish that have long lifespans. These are the fish you should be most concerned about. If I were you, I wouldn't eat these fish unless you're specifically supposed to for your blood type. And if you don't know what you're supposed to be eating for your blood type, make sure that you click above and send me your email so that I can send you the full list of foods. Up next is foodborne illness. There's a whole kingdom of bacteria, viruses, and parasitic worms that live alongside us. Many are invisible to the naked eye. At the end of the day, we're all trying to make it in these streets. At some point in time in our lives, we're going to become an unsuspecting host to these critters. But there are key ways to minimize your risk. Unless you're okay with being an Airbnb host to parasites, don't eat raw seafood. By definition, a parasite benefits at the detriment of the host. We fish with worms because fish eat them. So is it really a surprise that worms are in fish and seafood? Roundworms, flukes, tapeworms, and shell-boring worms are usually the culprits in fish and shellfish. Up next is allergies. These are all signs of allergies. But even if you don't have allergies to fish and shellfish, still listen. A lot of people are developing new allergies to foods they've never had allergies to before. I'm gonna have to make a part 2. I'm not gonna be able to finish.